Alright everyone, welcome back to another Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes video with Fat Phil. Strap yourselves in, grab your favorite beverage, because we're going to be ranting about a specific Datacron that is absolutely killing Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes already. This is probably one of the most egregious, ridiculous things Capital Games has ever done. And I want to be very clear. I do not discourage anyone from trying to take advantage of this Datacron for the Great Mothers, which is the one we're talking about. Spoiler. I do not discourage anyone who wants to be like, I'm willing to spend the $300 to get this Datacron. You are well within your right to do that. I will explain more of why I'm okay with that. It is CG that my problem is with, of how absurd this is, and further kind of pissing off all of us who already hate Datacrons. This is more reason to do it. Like and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts. Are you pissed off too? I mean, it's just insane. Let's give our shout out to our channel members. Let's tone it down a little bit. Thank you guys for all of your support. Gonna catch my breath here. I very much appreciate you all, whether it's in the Discord or in the comments, defending me from all the trolls. Thank you guys. I can't thank you enough for, just even being there to be like, Phil, keep going, man. Like, we know it's tough. I appreciate it, guys. Let's get into this video. Let's talk about this absolutely atrocious Datacron. So, as I said, this Datacron is potentially killing Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. The exclusive Datacron is for the Great Mothers, which you have 20 hours at the time of recording to go get. I want to be very clear about this Datacron and kind of what it is entailing. So you have to at least, I believe, get here in order to earn this Datacron. Right? I believe it's this tier. I don't think it's tier 5. I wouldn't know because, well, I can't get there. But these exclusive Datacrons are a problem, right? Now, in the past, they weren't as big of a problem. I'm going to show you 2 players from my squad arena and some players from my fleet arena. So, Gugek here, he has the Night Trooper Datacron, which was exclusive. And one of the things that you notice is that from an exclusive perspective, it can only target Night Trooper. But the stats for this Datacron set are right here. Yet, when you look on this Datacron, there's offense and armor penetration and accuracy, none of which are listed over here. Now, that's okay with me because these are about normal ranges for those stats, right? Roughly about a normal range for what you can get for accuracy, armor pen, or offense, right? Nothing absurd there. So, I'm okay with that. And if you decide to re-roll this, as you see here, it just rolls what else is on the stat. He got defense %, which is available on this Datacron set. But when you go to this one for the Great Mothers, oh, we're just going to drop a single line of 73% offense. 73%. If you had offense % on every single level 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8, you would not get 73% offense. It is impossible to get that much offense. But it's a single roll here. Let's add on 45% health, 36% protection, 23% health, and more protection. How is that okay? My issue with these Datacrons is not the level 9 that I think is awesome. Like, this is an absurd level 9 as it is. Even the level 6 is insane for Night Sisters. But the level 9, I love it. This is awesome. This is what you want out of these kind of Datacrons. You spent the money. You deserve this advantage. This is absurd. It's asinine. But you know what's worse? It's not just that he's got this 73% offense here, right? Like, we're going to show you guys, it's not even the most offense that I've seen. It's not even the most that he's seen. But then you go down here to Tile, who has the exact same Datacron as him. 69% offense, 100% defense, 48% health. So it can vary. Like, that, if you go to Tile's Datacron here, right? He got all that in one roll, but then you look, he rolled extra defense. So his Datacron isn't even quite as good as the other one because the other guy had more boosted stats. Right? Like, it had better stats. And then when you go down even over to my fleet arena, which is where I want to show you guys the real boosted thing, right? Come on now. Frickin' A. Don't you dare try and derail me, CG, with this slow garbage. Don't you dare do that to me. I'm too pissed off right now. Oh my god, client restart. Of course there's a client restart in the middle of this friggin' video. I'm getting there. While we wait to show you guys more egregious Datacrons, it's insane to me that those stats are allowed. Because this team is already very good. And the level 9 makes them even better, right? They're supposed to be on a level of Gungans. So that Datacron is elevating them to where the Gungans used to be. So now there's not even a balance between the two, right? Now there's not even a balance at all between those two characters. So then you come into this Datacron for, we're going to go down to, I believe it's Gooch Man here. Where's he at? What a great name. Gooch Man. Shout out, buddy. His Datacron for Great Mothers. Look at this. 66% offense. Okay, not as much. Oh, but I've got 43% here and 40% there. This is 140% offense. 150% offense on a single thing. Look at that. Another 60,000 protection, 42% health. Like, that is an absurd Datacron. So you think about somebody like him placing this against what you know, Gugek or Tile, who don't have as many of these stats. That's not fair to them. They spent just as much money as this guy, and his Datacron is clearly better. So I'm not even just pissed off that these stats are as asinine as they are. I'm pissed off that it's not the same for everybody, and that variation could be huge. Because the other consideration here, right? What if you end up instead deciding, you know what? Instead of maybe using that Datacron, I'm going to go ahead and use the Night Sister Datacron with, I don't know, I'm going to pick Death Trooper Peridia, which isn't great, but I'm going to use that with the Great Mothers team instead and make them still a very good team. And I'm going to go put this 150% offense on my Rey. Let that sink in. That is the step that this Datacron is going to allow. Sure, you want it on the Great Mothers, right? But imagine I gave 150% offense to Rey. Because for some players, that may be more beneficial. Like when a counter comes out for the Great Mothers and we kind of have that counter there, I guarantee you people are going to look at this Datacron and stick it on somebody else who could benefit more. 150% offense on Rey or Kylo. Just imagine how broken that is. Lord Vader. Like, this is the kind of stuff that can ruin the game because it's just impossible to beat this team. This team is beyond GLs. This is the GL to have. So, yeah, I'm fired up. I'm pissed off. It's asinine. And it's frustrating for a lot of players who just want to play the game. We don't want to have to read a book about Datacrons and then go into your Grand Arena and realize you have no way in winning because your opponent happens to be one of these guys. And again, this is not a bash of Tile and Gugek. Go use this Datacron. I hope you win every single GAC possible. Now, I'm assuming for both of you that you're probably playing guys who are going to have this Datacron. So it's kind of like a cost of doing business. Which is the other side to this that I have a problem. This Datacron is so far in ridiculousness that everybody at that level, at Arnold's level, at these guys' level, right, where you're going to be playing against this, you're going to have it. Like, I guarantee you, I know Tile, and again, I hope he doesn't care that I share this information. I know Tile, I asked him directly, and he was like, yeah, I got this post-territory war, which I'm assuming is because, like me and my guild, we got our asses spanked by that Datacron, and now everyone is rushing to Great Mothers to 7-star to get that Datacron and lock it in for the next territory war in the next week of Grand Arena. And this is only the beginning. This is only the first step of this new stuff. That next exclusive Datacron, for all we know, could have these exact same juice stats. And so now, every 4 months, you're going to have some absurd Datacron that is going to completely devastate everyone, right? I mean, just think, this Datacron doesn't expire until Christmas. So Merry friggin' Christmas, this Datacron is gone. I cannot fathom and stress to you how absurd that is. And I feel for all the players who are at the level where they're going to be fighting this and they don't have it. Because the disadvantage is beyond, unreal, right? I've never had a problem with any of these exclusive Datacrons. I think they're awesome. I think they do a really good job of sort of encouraging you to invest in a new character. But this is just a step too far. What's the next thing you're going to allow to do with those juiced stats? And the other side to that as well is everybody who's wailing on Great Mothers is going to talk about how great they are because of this Datacron. And then you know what's going to happen? they're going to come back down to friggin' Earth when none of them are nearly as good because their Datacrons went away. So I want to end this with a quote from Femi in the Sigma server. I was asking him about it, and I want to end on this. And he said, I asked him, I was like, can I ask your thoughts on this? For someone like me, outside of, a couple people in Squad Arena and occasionally in Territory Wars, I doubt that I will see this. But I'm assuming you will face this all the time. Do you think this balances out, or is it absolute insanity? That, does this end up balancing out because everybody's going to end up seeing it, everybody's going to end up using it? And his response, I thought, was amazing. He says, it's utterly stupid. Padawan Obi-Wan and Night Trooper Crons were very strong but had clear counterplay. Totally fine with that as whale incentive. This Datacron is already designed to take out any reasonable counterplay measure, and has those stupid stats on top for a team that already has both insane regeneration and damage output. I honestly don't think they have tested a Great Mother team with Death Trooper Peridia and Marin in any capacity. And that's the other side to this Datacron that I want to end on. You're using characters that don't really have that perfect synergy with the Great Mothers because of what it's allowing you to do. Think back to when Leia had her Drogon Datacron, and you were running Han and Chewie, even though Leia has anti-scoundrel synergy. Because of how good Drogon's Datacron was, you could create this team that was so challenging to beat. That's exactly what this Datacron is giving everybody the opportunity to do. Create these teams that are so much more challenging to beat simply because all the mechanics are working on the Datacron and not necessarily because of the team itself. Oh, that was a rant. That was a lot. Again, I do not hate the players who did this or who got that Datacron. Go get your bag, go use it, go win. Capital Games, this is too far. Your player base already hates Datacrons. And just to even really drive this point home, I'm going to share a graphic here. Now, I don't know quite to the accuracy of, the numbers here, but I want to share this as I leave. This is a graph from this Statista website, and what they show is the annual revenue generated by SWGO worldwide from 2015 to 2024. Now, I don't know quite how accurate the numbers is, but look at the trend. We've never hit the heights that 2017 did. But 2020 and 2021 were strong years for revenue. They saw increases each year from the previous. And then 2022 fell off a cliff. 2023 fell off a cliff. And 2024 is also going to more than likely fall off a cliff. Why did revenue drop from 2021 to 2022? What was released in 2022? Datacrons. So I think they are killing this game, and this Great Mothers one is just finally going to be the straw that breaks our backs. Let me know your thoughts. Like, subscribe, comment. I want to leave you with this graphic. I want you to think about it. Let me know. I love you all. May the Force be with you, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers, my friends.